It's the era of big hair, mixtapes, Betamax, and great stock car racing. It's the 80s stock car tournament here at the Old Yadkin Valley Speedway, home to the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League. I'm your host, Funkhauser, as we welcome you back here to part 2 of the 80s stock car tournament. The fans are lined up and ready to go as we get ready for some exciting racing action. So let's go ahead and get started with driver introductions for the second part of this 16-car tournament. Starting off is Max Speed, the number 11, 1982 Buick Regal. He'll be followed by Nick Schultz to the number 6, 1989 Buick Regal. Then we have Jim McNeely in the number 1, 1987 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And then we have Jed Thomas in the 0, 1983 Ford Thunderbird. We've got Buick, Chevy, and Ford leading us off for Race 1, Heat Group 3. Starting us off with Race 1, we have Max Speed and Nick Schultz leading us off with Team Buick as we are underway. As we head down the backstretch, looks like Max Speed is living up to his name as he takes a nice lead over the other drivers as he heads to do the chicane. Oh, he flips over and gets hit. Nick Schultz takes the lead as he's followed by Jed Thomas as we go down into the final stretch and into the last turn. It looks like Nick Schultz is going to take the first win, followed by Jed Thomas. A tough break for Max Speed. He was leading this race with a good amount. It looks like he just got loose and got turned over. They are stuck on the stretch. Let's take a look at the replay and figure out what happened. Entering into turn 2, Max Speed has a great lead as he enters the chicane. It looks like he gets loose and then popped up. McNeely hits him from behind. They both have nowhere to go. After the first race of competition, Nick Schultz is going to be leading us with 5 points. He's going to be followed by Jed Thomas in second place with 4 points. Jim McNeely and Max Speed both need to get back into this race. Let's see if they can pull something off and get back into this competition. Nick Schultz is going to give us a lead with Max Speed giving him a nice push down the backstretch as we head into the second turn into the chicane. Schultz and Speed are now leading 1 and 2 as they are just leaving the competition behind. Looks like Nick Schultz is going to get a second win under his hands and Max Speed is going to come in second place. An unfortunate series of events for Jed Thomas and Jim McNeely as they both get tangled up in turn 3 and get wrecked. Both of them are having issues with this race, but it looks like Jim McNeely is taking the worst of it. This is his second DNF. Let's see if he can move things up in the next race. Looking back at the leaderboard, Nick Schultz has a commanding lead. Max Speed and Jed Thomas are tied for second place, and Jim McNeely, he is just out of it with 0 points. Let's see if he can do anything to make a miracle and come back. Yeah, it's a tight race as we head into turn 1, but it looks like McNeely's going to take a nice lead, but he gets a shove from Max Speed as they head into the chicane. Looks like McNeely and Speed are just going to run away from them. Can Speed catch up to McNeely? No, looks like McNeely's going to take it. He's going to win his first race, followed by Max Speed, Jed Thomas, and then Nick Schultz. After 3 races, Nick Schultz still is holding on to that lead, but Max Speed seems to be catching up to him as he takes second place, followed by Jed Thomas and Jim McNeely. Here we go with race 4. It's still anybody's game as Jim McNeely now brought some life into this. Let's see if he can make a miracle here as we are underway. It is a McNeely and Speed off it again. It looks like McNeely's got a slight lead, but here comes Speed as they go through the chicane. They are neck and neck as McNeely gives Speed a shove as they go down the last stretch. Looks like Max Speed is going to win this, but no! He gets hit from behind and stopped. Looks like everybody gets stopped, and we are no way going to make it across the line. Looks like we have a quadruple DNF. Let's check out the replay and find out what happened as it looks like Max Speed is going to win it, but McNeely gets right underneath him and puts a stop to the momentum. He gets shoved behind twice, and wait a minute. It looks like Max Speed may have crossed the line. Yep, the front bumper of his car has crossed over the line. He is going to win first place. We're going to have a triple DNF, which is going to shake up the leaderboard. Looks like Max Speed is going to be our winner with 13 points. He's going to follow by Nick Schultz with 12 points as both drivers are going to be moving on to the next round of competition. We've seen some great racing action here at the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League, and we're going to continue it on as we get ready for driver introductions for Heat Group 4. Starting us off, we have William Williams in the number 10, 1980 Dodge Miranda. He's going to be followed up by Rusty Bolts in the number 43, 1984 Pontiac Grand Prix. Right behind him is going to be Zeb Vance in the number 24, 1986 Buick LeSabre. And then finally we have Casey Becknell in the number 64, 1984 Ford Thunderbird. We've got Dodge, Pontiac, Buick, Ford ready to get started here as we run off for Heat Group 4. Starting it off with race 1, Rusty Bolts and Casey Becknell are going to be leading us off. With Casey Becknell is going to have the advantage of the inside lane as first race is underway. Down the backstretch, and Becknell takes off like a rocket ship, but Bolt and Williams are slowly starting to catch up to him. Williams gives Becknell a good shove as we go into the third turn, but it looks like Becknell's going to be pulling away, as it looks like Bolts and Williams got into it to each other. Williams breaks away, and he's going to come in second place. Let's check in on Zev Vance, as it looks like he got flipped over in turn 3 and is unable to complete this round. Checking the replay out, Rusty and Willie are fighting position as they enter turn 3, but it looks like Rusty gets loose and Willie gets right up underneath him, tying the two up, but Willie is able to break free and Rusty is unable to complete as he runs out of steam at the entrance to turn 4. At the end of race 1, Casey Becknell is going to be leading us with 5 points. He'll be followed right behind by Willie Williams. Looks like Rusty Bolts and Zev Vance are going to have to work hard to get back into this competition, but they're going to be leading us off here as we start race 2, as we are now underway. As we head down to backstretch, Rusty Bolts is giving a nice lead into the first turn. He's going to be followed up by Casey Becknell as we head around into the second turn into the chicane. Becknell and Vance get tangled up as we head into turn 3. Willie Williams gives him a shove, and Rusty Bolts is going to be winning this competition. He's going to be followed by Zev Vance, Willie Williams, and it looks like Casey Becknell is going to have a little trouble getting back to the line, but he makes it across to finish the race. Taking our second look at the leaderboard, Casey Becknell and Willie Williams are going to be tied for first place. You're going to have Rusty Bolts, who's going to be right there in the second place, and Zev Vance going to be third. As we head for race 3, we are now underway. Down the backstretch, Vance has a short lead, but Williams ain't going to let him get away with it as he takes the charge and into the second turn through the chicane. He's all alone. Becknell and Vance are fighting for that second place position. Williams is flying and all alone as he's going to win first place. No problem whatsoever. Becknell and Rusty Bolts are fighting for that second position as Becknell takes the second place. Rusty Bolts right behind him, and Vance is nowhere to be found. Things are not looking up for Vance as he gets turned around and stuck in turn 3 again, as we start to see a lot of action coming out of that turn. Checking out the leaderboard, heading into race 4, Willie Williams and Casey Becknell are going to be leading us 1-2, as they are also going to be in the front row of this race. Can Zev Vance and Rusty Bolts make any type of differences? We are underway. Down the backstretch, it's Becknell. Williams, Becknell has a slight lead, but Williams is just going to take it. He's driving that car like a wild man as he takes off like a rocket ship. No one near him. He is driving that car all the way home by himself. He's flying down the home stretch, bouncing all over the place. Becknell and Bolts are going to be taking second and third, and Vance is nowhere to be found once again. It has not been the day for Vance. He is upside down once again in turn 3 as we be seeing a lot of action out of that turn. We're going to have to keep an extra eye on it going into the future races. At the end of competition today, Willie Williams and Casey Becknell will be moving on to the next round. They'll be followed up with Nick Schultz, Max Speed, Bo Black, Luke Showstopper, Max Lightning, and Terry Fox as we move on to the next round of competition. We hope to see you in round 2 of the competition, and if you like the content you've seen here today, remember, like and subscribe as we bring you great racing content here at the Old Yadkin Valley Speedway, home to the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League.
You've been watching the Funkhauser Diecast Racing League.